Hey, it's Tuxedo Mark. It's 8:28 p.m. on Thursday, June 3rd, 2021. And welcome to my review of the next act's worth of material of the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon Eternal movie that we're still in part one of the two-part film series. But this is I'm reviewing the material that's covered in Act Two of the corresponding original manga. So basically, oh hey, random cactus, I'm good. How are you? So I just read Act Two of the manga, and I watched the corresponding movie material in Japanese and then in English. And so this act was a lot shorter than Act One. Act One was like 80 something pages long, and this is around 50 something pages long. So instead of 20 minutes, it's like 15 minutes worth of screen time. Um, so basically, from minute 21 to 35 of the first movie. Um, the first act was called um, Eclipse Dream, and this one is called Mercury Dream. So obviously, it focuses on Sailor Mercury. The first thing that we see is Mamoru waking up in the hospital. Usagi and Chibiusa had taken him there, and he's surprised to see that Usagi is younger and Chibiusa is older. And then the other girls come in, the rest of the Sailor Guardians, and they're surprised too. And Usagi tries to explain, but she doesn't know exactly what happened. Now, this cuts down a bit from the manga because in the manga, originally it was just Mars, Jupiter, and Venus that ran in, and Usagi had to explain. And then Mercury came in, and she was like, "Sorry, I'm late." And then she's like, "What's going on?" And Usagi had to explain again. So now they just grouped them all together, and they all came in at the same time. Also, we meet Amy, not Amy, Ami's mom, and it seems that all of the other characters are meeting her for the first time too, despite the fact that they've been hanging out and been friends for the past 34 um, episodes, and they've had three lengthy adventures together already. It seems they've never met Ami's mother, which is kind of strange. Um, but yeah, Ami's mom is a doctor. Now, in the manga, in addition to running tests on Mamoru, Ami's mom suggests running tests on the girls, or someone suggests that the test be run on the girls. And Ami's mom got the impression that Usagi and Chibiusa were sisters, and they're like, "Oh, we're not sisters." This stuff was cut out from the movie. Um, so um, they had to take Mamoru home. Apparently, the doctor. And it's weird that Army's mom wasn't the doctor that gave him the results. Some random male doctor did, but he said that they found some kind of black spot or something um, in his chest, or I think. Um, yeah, I don't know. He suggested more tests. They cut out a bit from the manga. In the manga, like Usagi and maybe Chibiusa asked Mamoru what the results were, and Mamoru basically lied to them and said, "I'm fine." They don't show this in the movie. Um, Let's see. So they also cut out a bit from the manga where um, Chibiusa, in her teen form, decides to go back to Usagi's house and pretend to be Usagi. Um, she basically uses her Luna P ball to hypnotize Usagi's mom and make her think that she's Usagi. Um, they cut that bit out from the movie. We don't see Usagi's mom. Now, in the manga, it was weird because before she even saw Chibiusa, she heard her and said, "Oh, Chibiusa." So does that mean Chibiusa's voice stayed like a little girl's voice, even though she was in an adult body? Well, apparently that is the case. I didn't pay much attention to their voices in the Japanese, but in the English dub, Chibiusa still sounds like the same little girl as usual, even though she's like in a teen body. Oddly enough, they made Usagi sound like a little girl because she's in a little girl's body, but they didn't like mature Chibiusa's voice to sound older, so that was kind of weird. Um, so we get some backstory about Ami, Sailor Mercury. Her mom's a doctor. She's confident enough in Ami to leave her home alone for large stretches of time because Ami's mom is always busy at the hospital, um, which she feels kind of guilty about. But um, Ami's doing some research and finds out about the dome covering the Juban district. Um, we also learn because Ami starts giving a voiceover. It was in the manga too, and it's in the anime. There's really no reason for her to be thinking about all this stuff except as backstory for the audience. But um, her dad basically ran out on them. He's an artist. He's never been compatible with his wife. So one day he just went out to work in his cabin in the woods or wherever, by a lake or wherever it is, and he never returned. I don't think this was clear in the manga, but in the movie they show a flash of divorce papers, and he said they separated. So, yeah. But he still gets a postcard from him every year. I think it's for her birthday. I don't remember. Um, but it's unclear if she's ever seen him again. Um, anyway, over at the Dead Moon Circus, the Amazon's quartet turns three animals into three rather feminine looking and sounding guys: Fish Eye, Hawk's Eye, and Tiger's Eye. Um, so Fish Eye decides to target Ami. Um, I forget exactly what they're looking for. I know in the season 4 of the original anime, they're searching for the Pegasus, and they think he might be residing in people's pure dreams or something like that. Um, I forget what the reason is in this version of the story. I don't really pay much attention to villain scenes, but um, oh, I should mention Helios was looking for a maiden that possesses a crystal. It could be either Usagi or Chibiusa that could unlock or locate the something called the golden crystal for him for some reason. And also, he had failed someone named Elysium or Alicia or something, and he's upset about it. I don't know. Anyway, so Fish's Eye opens up like a pet store, like an aquatic life store, Ami pops in, and Fish's Eye doesn't do this. Sorry, one of the Amazon's quartet does it, and convinces Ami to buy a pet fish. And Ami's like, "Yeah, I think my mom will dig it too." So she takes the pet fish home and like morphs into Fish's Eye, and or I might be getting the chronology of events confused. But first, Ami's given like a nightmare scenario. She's made to feel like, first of all, she sees that her mom brought some random guy home, and she's shocked about that. And she hears her mom. She hears like the guy saying, "Isn't your daughter still up?" And her mom's like, "Oh, she cares only about studying anyway. We'll be fine." Um, and we she sees Mamoru, Chibiusa, and Usagi, and they're apparently all happy together as a little family, and they don't need anyone else. And then she sees her dad saying, "Oh, all you ever cared about was studying." Um, so basically, Ami is made to feel like she's unwanted, like she's not part of people's lives. Um, but then she has a vision of herself, reminding her that she has people that care about her. So anyway, um, Ami powers up. She gets a new transformation sequence, and then she gets a new attack, Mercury Aqua Rhapsody, where she like plays a harp. Yeah, she gets a harp and she plays it, and well, it's a water attack, and um, yeah, so she defeats Fish's Eye. Um, or actually, I think first she had contacted Usagi, and Usagi and Chibiusa came over. They they did their transformations, and once they do their transformations, it switches them back to their correct ages, which is really convenient. Um, so then they do their moon gorgeous meditation, and Fish's Eye is defeated. Um, yeah, but also for Chibiusa suddenly feels unconfident. Like she feels like Usagi is better at all of this than she is, and she pales in comparison. She calls on Pegasus, on Helios to Pegasus, and tells him, "I'm not the maiden that you're looking for." It's then suggests that it might be Usagi. Um, and yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere. Um, but Chibiusa says maybe someday I will be more powerful and I will be the maiden that you're looking for someday. Uh, but anyway, so yeah, that's where that's left off. It's about 35 minutes into the first film. Uh, it's the end of Act Two of the dream arc of the manga. Um, there's one more act in the first volume, and there are four volumes. Um, so yeah, I think pretty much two movies would cover it. Um, I think this is the last one that I'm going to view and review for today, mostly because I got some other stuff that I want to work on. Um, but I'm enjoying it so far, and I think the next one will be Mars's story, so I look forward to that. I like Sailor Mars. Um, I like them all, but Sailor Mars being a priestess is, one of my favorite characters. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. And it's 8:43 p.m. It just turned 8:44 p.m. and that's it.